And Kevin Winder. Josh Roberts will fill in aptly in his spot, but everybody else is back and everybody's looking forward. I know I am looking forward to some great defensive football from PLU here in 1994.
Absolutely. Talking to Paul Hoseth prior to the game here, and he's talking about Linfield wanting to run vertical seams and hit those quick, and so PLU is going to try and bounce things wide and force them wide to the sidelines if they can today.
Let's take a look at that returning PLU defense. First here this afternoon, the front four, defensive end Josh Arnold, a 5'10", 210-pound sophomore out of Silverton, Oregon. The other end will be Albert Jackson, 6', 219-pounder out of Spanaway. Of course, he had 3 college Wildcats in their home purple with the white pants on, the white helmets, and they will send 2 back deep inside the 5-yard line awaiting the kick. Back deep for Linfield, Brian Piaski and Justin Met. And kicking off for the Lutz will be Trevor White. White has it teed up at the 35-yard line down to our right. And we're just about set for the 1994 NAIA Division II college football season to begin. We're underway. The kick is high by White. And this will be taken at the 1-yard line by Piaski. Heads up the left side at the 15, buried under at the 17-yard line. And Ted Riddell was one of the first there for the Lutz in on 300 yards, and they expect to throw more this year than they probably have in the past. Wagner will come quickly wide right as the backs will line up in the eye for Linfield on 1st and 10. First play from the line of scrimmage in the 1994 season. Petrick under center. And the first snap, he'll hand out to the deep back. Hit in the backfield. There's the defensive pressure by Jason Teal. The All-American candidate from his defensive tackle spot slices through. The strength of this team is still its linebacking core. Riddell, Benedict, and Ruby all coming back playing together again for another year. And on 2nd down and 10, Linfield will have split backs behind Petrick, the quarterback. One receiver, Wagner, comes right hand out to the first back. The fullback powers to the outside, gets to the 30, looking for the first down. Marker may have it. The first option and a first down. Ball sits at the hash mark right side, just across their own 32-yard line. It's first down. Backs are split offset to the right side. Wagner goes split wide left on the play. Lutz moving around along that defensive front on first down. Petrick under center, takes the snap. And he'll hand off to the deep back, trying to break to the outside, trying to get around the left side. Hit, popped, and bounced off a defender, but loses yardage back inside the 30-yard line. That was Rector, the fullback. National championship game on the defensive side of the football for the Lutz. It is 2nd down and 12 now for the Wildcats. Hash mark left side at their own 30-yard line. Again, Wagner will come wide right, and the backs are split. And there's movement along the offensive line, and PLU reads the movement, comes crashing across. We should have a procedure call coming up here against, looked like both of the guards for the Wildcats popped up out of the stands too early.
It was. Looks like quarterback maybe changing his cadence a little bit, trying to draw PLU offsides and got his own lineman.
So that's going to move them back even for championship drive. These two teams always seem to play close, down to the wire nail biters. We may have the same here this afternoon. Linfield's going to send 2 receivers wide right. Akawili is in the slot of Wagner. The backs lining up in the actually one set, the fullback behind the quarterback Petrick, and one receiver goes left on the play. So there will be 3 receivers, and the tight end Larson is strong right on 2nd down and long for the Wildcats. They need to get out across the 43 for the first down. They're at their own 26. Back to passes Petrick. He's getting pressure from Albert Jackson. Gets away from Jackson, rolls to the right, still on his feet, throwing on the run. Completes Akiyawili across the 30, up back at the original line of scrimmage. And so it's going to be 3rd down afternoon for the Wildcats. And again, Wagner will come wide right to the short side of the field. 2 receivers will go left. Rector, the lone setback, 6 yards out the line behind his quarterback. Petrick under center on 3rd down. Ball resting hash mark right side at his own 32. And he's back. Quick step, drop, thrown to the flat. Akawili has it at the 32, trying to get upfield. He'll be well short of the first down, but he fights his way forward to the 40. And it's going to end up 3 yards, and he put a pretty good move along the sideline, and they'll have to punt the football away. And that means that PLU will send Ted Riddell back deep at the 20-yard line down to our right, awaiting the kick. We are in the first quarter, 11:24 to go, and the snap back is low, picked up by the punter. High kick, fair catch signal for, and taken by Riddell at the PLU 27-yard line. And we'll see the Lutz offensively for the first time here on the 19 PLU campus gets his first start. The starting fullback, but PLU starts with 3 receivers wide left on the play. As Pete Finstuen has checked in, he comes wide left, single set, as Hoseth, wearing number 4 this year, as opposed to 15 last year, is in the shotgun. And he's back to pass. Here's pressure, dumps it over the middle screen to Aaron Tang at the 30, cuts outside, up across the 30, up near the 32, picks up about 5 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down. Long gains, he does pick up 5. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5 for the Lutz. Again, the ball rests hash mark right side at the 33-yard line. Again, Hoseth operates from the shotgun. Tang the lone setback. Now he sends Stanley in motion right to left through the formation. Snap back to Hoseth. Here comes the pressure. Steps up, throwing as he's hit. It's high and over the head of his intended receiver, who took a wallop. Stanley got belted as he went to get up to the 38 for the first down. Again, trips come wide left, and Hoseth continues to operate from the shotgun. Tang the lone setback with one receiver right, Corey Bray. The snap is back. It's a handoff inside to Tang. Cuts his way at field, and he'll be short of the first down as he got maybe a yard on the play up to the 34. And then he's may sound familiar. His brother Rusty, a defensive back for the Lutes a couple of years ago, did some punting as well. And Accioli will drop back at the 30-yard line down to our left for the Linfield Wildcats. Snap is back, and Frisch gets the boot off. A high kick. Accioli heading to the sideline. Takes it at the 25. Breaks back the other way, hemmed in and under, and tripped by the long snapper who got downfield in a hurry. Trevor White makes the trip and the tackle at the 20. It's number 7, Linfield. These two teams always battle. The junior out of Hillsborough is the quarterback to start the game. We'll see Danny Langsdorff in the second quarter. One receiver comes wide right. Josh Abden, the slot back. Wagner is left. Backs are split. Hand off, and the fullback takes it, tries the left side, crunches forward for a couple, as he fought for those yards there because Wagner breaks from the huddle, and the split in will go wide left. Two receivers come right. Accioli is in the slot, and the single setback. Offset to the left behind Petrick on second down. Petrick's back to pass, looking near sideline. Ball deflected by the linebacker coming through. John Ruby got a hand up. That was last year. They scored so many times defensively on fumble recoveries or interception returns. It's third down and 7 for the Wildcats from their own 29. Backs are split. Receivers left and right. Tight end Larson is strong right on third down. And some shifting along the defensive line for the Lutes. As back to pass Petrick, looking far sideline, throwing. This one's up over top the intended receiver who had great coverage. Trevor White for the Lutes, the strong safety. And that means coming in to punt will be Eric Konecki. Konecki will await the snap back at his own 15-yard line. Again, Ted Riddell is back inside his 35 awaiting the kick. And the punt is away. Short kick is going to bounce, and Riddell's going to get out of the way and let it bounce inside the 40. Rolls back to the 40 or the 36-yard line, and so PLU with good field position for the second off this time or not?
I think so.
Tang will line up as a wideout to the right side, and the tight end will come left, Cale Pyland, and the backs are split and offset to the left. And for the first time this afternoon, Carl Hoseth, the quarterback, will operate under center. Brian Walker takes the snap, option play to the near sideline, pitch back to Funston, and he is hit at the line of scrimmage as a penalty. That's actually Corey Bray on the cover. A flag. Let's see if we maybe have a holding call against the Lutes on the sweep to the left side off the option play.
I think so.
Holding is the call against the Lutes. Their first penalty of the afternoon. That'll set a battle here in the early goings of the contest. Neither offense is yet to get on track. Cale Pyland will come wide left for the Lutes. Aaron Tang goes wide right. Backs are split. The quarterback Hoseth will work from the shotgun on first down and long for the Lutes. Snap is back, and so is Hoseth to pass. Looking over the middle. He throws high, but caught by his tight end, Stanley. Short gain on the play of just 2. Hit immediate performance in 1993. He'll go wide right with Tang in the slot. And the backs are split. Hoseth again under center with 7:47 left here in the first quarter. No score. Second and 17. Rolling to his right with the snap. Hoseth throwing on the run, and he throws this one. It's intercepted.
Your feet planted and set.
Looks like he got hit as he 7. One receiver will come wide right on the play. That's the slot back, Josh Abden. Handoff to the fullback, straight upfield. Powers his way forward. Finally dragged down after a gain of 6 across the 35 down to the 30. But it's coming back. Holding is the call against. Of course, the Lutes came up big winners. So it'll be second down, or first down, and 16 for Linfield from their PLU 43-yard line. Hash mark left side. Backs are split behind Petrick. He's back to pass, rolling to the near sideline, looking downfield, throwing as a receiver open, but he overthrew the intended receiver, Tony Accioli.
Coverage and perhaps signaling back to the quarterback as to the type of route he was going to run.
So the incomplete pass, also accompanied by a penalty. Procedure against will come wide right. Accioli inside the slot of Wagner. And Abden, the slot back, goes wide left. Backs will be split. Tight end is strong right on second down and 15. Petrick, the junior signature caller, under center. Movement again along the PLU line. They show blitz drop back. Here comes the pressure, and Albert Jackson, with help from a friend, has got him back outside the 50-yard line.
That's the entire PLU
to go for the first. Again, two receivers will come wide right. Backs in the eye. Petrick back to pass. Getting some pressure, throwing. Middle screen complete. Up across the midfield stripe into PLU territory, up to the PLU 45-yard line. That was J.P. Hunter's job here, is to try to pin PLU back. Trevor White has dropped back to his 10 to await the punt by Konecki. Snap is back, and let's see if he tries to pooch this one inside the 20. It's coming angling toward the near sideline. Takes a bounce at the 20, at the 15, rolling toward the 10. It's going to fall dead at the 10-yard line, so Konecki, the punter. Lutz at their own 12, second down and 8. Backs are split. Double tight end formation. Tang, the lone receiver, wide right, comes in motion. Little misdirection in the backfield. Back to throw, and down he goes inside the 5. Hoseth is sacked. And everybody coming. Joe Domini was close to 16 for PLU. And Weekly will operate from the shotgun, 1 yard deep in his own end zone. Tang, the lone setback, is to his left. On the snap, he drops back to pass, has some time, throws one, caught by Tang out of the backfield, gets up back near the 10, ripped down there at the 9-yard line. Fall away to Akawili, who is back at the midfield stripe. Frisch is 8 yards deep in the end zone, awaiting the snap from Trevor White. 3:30 to go here. Bad step. It bounces back to Frisch. No rush coming. A line drive kick. Akawili will take it at the PLU 44. Breaks to the outside, gets to the corner, down across the 40 to the 35, and out of bounds at the 31-yard line into PLU's bench.
Go quick, and he was able to return it and get to that
time at Linfield was deep in PLU territory, sent them backwards with a sack and forcing a couple of penalties. And now Linfield operates from the eye. One receiver will come wide right, Abden. Double tight in. Petrick under center from the PLU 31. Back to pass, hands off, the drop play to the fullback Rector over the right side, pounces his way up to the 25 for a gain of 5. As they have lined the stadium, and the couches are out in the end zone by the frat houses. Long snap count. Rector give it fake to the fullback, tries to keep it, gets away from one tackler, then brought down at the 25-yard line. No gain on the play, and this time Christensen coming up from his high school ball at Hillsboro. It is now 3rd down and 4, making a long 4 for Linfield from the PLU 25 hash mark left side. Hand out to the fullback, and he crashes over the right side, close to the 1st down. That's Tremaine Payne. Miller leads the offensive unit up to the line of scrimmage for Linfield on 1st and 10. Backs in the eye, hand off to the fullback. Payne bounces off one tackler, cuts to the outside along the left end, but he's dragged into a pile and forced to the ground at the line of scrimmage. And again, the PLU defender and Accioli will both come wide right. Backs are split offset to the right. And back to pass Patrick, getting pressure, and he's wrapped up by Ted Riddell, back outside the 25. He tried to put a move on Riddell, who didn't buy it. Line of scrimmage, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. They will not get the snap off. We played one here in Linfield with our score, Pacific Lutheran nothing, and the Wildcats nothing. You're listening. We have played 1 quarter of football here in McMinnville on the campus of Linfield College. No score between the Wildcats of Linfield and the Lutz of PLU as we start the second quarter. Linfield will move right to left. They have it 3rd and 15 from the PLU 25-yard line. PLU in that first quarter, no first downs. Hoseth 3 of 5, passing for 13 yards. In fact, neither offense really exerted itself and established much in the first quarter. On 3rd down from the shotgun, Petrick with 2 back split left to right of him. He takes the snap, looking to pass, throwing over the middle, complete, wide open. Akiawili makes the catch up at the 15. 5 yards shy of a first down. It'll be a 32-yard kick from the left hash mark. Out of the hold of Langsdorff, a flag on the play. The kick is up. The kick is on its way. The kick is good, but now let's check the penalty flag. If it's against PLU, it might give them a first down. If it's against Linfield, of course, PLU will march him back and make a kick it again.
It's like it's against the Lutz.
Well, this could be a big offsides against PLU.
Yep.
They'll decline it, take the field goal, break. 2:30s, make it a 60-second break. As neither offense has been able to generate much. Here's the kick. It's high but short, and up back coming in on it. This will be Finstuen, who takes it at the 15, up to the 20, trying to break to the outside, ran into his own player, breaks to back the other way, and is dropped back at the 17-yard line. He ran into his own guy, and the receivers go wide left. And again, Hoseth works from the shotgun. Actually, it's trips left now. A single set comes to the right side. Back to throw, backpedaling. Hoseth has time, looks, gets away from some pressure. Now he's going to take off and run, and he's back across the 20. Battles his way up near the 25, lowered the head and the shoulder, and got to the 24, 25-yard line. Right hash mark for the Lutes on second down. Cale Pylan will go wide left. Tang will line up in the slot. Actually, Tang is a lone setback. Now the Lutes are going to call for a timeout here on 2nd and 4 with 13:33 to go in.
But they're going to come out and continue with their game plan.
On 2nd and 4 from their own 24-yard line. Hash mark right side. Under center, Hoseth has one set behind him. Offset to the left, that's Aaron Tang. A wing to the right side, Tang gets the handoff, and he turns directions and is driven down at the line of scrimmage. Battled his way to get there. And they will bring Carl Kites wide right from the shotgun with trips left. And Tang the single set offset to the right side. And Hoseth from the shotgun, waiting for the snap from center. Brian Walker on third down. Low snap, picked up and buried back inside the 24 at the 22-yard line is Carl Hoseth. And Akawili is back at his own 40, directly in front of us. Punt will go left to right. Akawili is waiting a low snap as the flag's flying. The play stops before it ever gets off. And we'll wait for the official call. Might have been delay a game. Procedure is the call against the Lutes. That'll cost him 5. Game against an arrival like Linfield, you have to minimize the mistakes. So Frisch is inside his 5 now to punt the football away, and Akawili wakes up at his own 44. Snap is back. This one is back and perfect, and there's the punt. Line drive coming up. Akawili signaled fair catch. It bounces. Now he picks it up. He's going to run with it. They're going to beanbag it where he called for the fair catch, and they're going to flag him as well.
You bet. That's going to be a flag on that.
Now, even if the ball hits the ground, it's still a penalty if you call the fair. 11:47 to go. Low-scoring contest. Haven't said that about a Lute football game in a while. PLU at the end of the season.
Line they're playing against, and a very aggressive one.
Right. First down, and a new quarterback in the ball game. Danny Langsdorf, son of head coach Ed Langsdorf, rolls to his left with a snap. Has some time, throws one deep downfield, overthrowing, and this one is over the head of the defender, Mark Givens, who was the closest on the play for the Lutes. And so 3 receivers, 2 come left, 1 right, single set, quick snap, Langsdorf handoff, bobbling the snap and making the handoff and cutting up field for good yardage, and a first down. There's 2 right and 1 to the short side, the left side of the field. On first down, Langsdorf back, little roll to the right, going to take off with it to the line of scrimmage, looking to throw. Now he'll run and tuck under and get buried after a gain of about 3. Wagner both will come wide left with Akawili in the slot. Abden, the slot back, goes wide right. Single setback is Rector, 6 yards out the line. He'll get the toss sweep left side, gets a block, heads up field, and crunched and spins his way back up near the PLU 45. As Wagner breaks from the huddle, he will go wide right. Backs will be in the eye, and the tight end Larson lines up strong left. Langsdorf under center. A long snap count for the Wildcats. Turn around, give it the fullback. He crashes the right side, and let's see how close he is. Looks like he's about a yard shy of a first. On 4th and a long 1 from the PLU 43-yard line. They need to get to the 41.5 for the first down. 2 backs are split. 1 receiver wide right. Double tied in. On 4th and a yard and a half, looks like they may have been trying to draw the Lutes offside, but we have a flag coming up, probably delay a game against Linfield, so they gambled, not a bad gamble this point of the. And back deep, Trevor White inside his 15, back at the 10, awaits the football. Snap is back, and the kick is away. High kick. White signaling for the fair catch back at the 15-yard line, and he grabs it there. And PLU again, as we've made mention of throughout this game.
Time before that,
Gavin Stanley will line up wide right on the play. Corey Bray goes wide left. Backs are split. Hoseth under center. Movement along the defensive front as they shift up for Linfield. On first down, now the backs for PLU. Shift offset to the left side. Hand out to the fullback. Breaking up field. Hit at the line of scrimmage and driven back by Joe Dominic, 65, senior, Astoria, Oregon. These guys played together in high school. And now they're on opposite sides of the football. Both defensive players, though, so they don't meet each other directly on the line of scrimmage. Man in motion, Corey Bray, right to left. And it's a toss sweep on the option left side. And cut down at the 10-yard line. Kites will come wide right. 2 receivers go left with Finstwin in the slot. Single set behind the line of scrimmage is Tang. Quarterback Hoseth out of the shotgun. takes the snap, backpedaling, throwing over the middle, behind his receiver, reaches back and makes the catch. That's Gavin Stanley up near a first down. He's got it.
Got the first down. It's a great
ball is across the 25 up near the 27-yard line. PLU rushing so far, -5 yards. Now 29 yards passing. And total offense in this first half, just 24 yards. Quarter. The only scoring so far in the game, a 32-yard field goal by Brandy Alexander for the Wildcats. Gavin Stanley, who made that catch just moments ago, comes wide right. Two receivers go left. Tang inside the slot of K.O. Palan. Out of the shotgun with back split. Carl Hoseth operating the loot offense. A long snap count for PLU. They may be changing up. Now they'll send Corey Beret in motion out of the backfield left to right. Hoseth back to pass, looking, throwing, just about to hit. It's up, caught off the deflection by Tang, and then he dropped the football and took a hit as he was doing so. So it's 2nd and 10 for the Lutes, and they'll line up. Two receivers left, and one set back offset to the left. Hoseth under center here on 2nd down with a wing to the right side. And he's back to pass. Looking down the near side. Moves away from pressure, steps up, breaks away, bounces off a defender, and he shows his toughness by powering his way up near the 30-yard line. A short gain, but across the middle to Gavin Stanley, who will line up as a tight end, strong right. Trips go left on the play. Single set behind Hoseth on 3rd down. Under center takes the snap. Handoff straight upfield, trying to bounce his way off left tackle, but getting forward for only a PLU is Kenny Frisch, the punter. This is his 4th attempt, as he drives back and awaits the snap inside his 20-yard line. Again, Akawili is back at his 35 down to our right. Low snap. He picks it up, gets the punt away, drives this one. Akawili has to let it bounce at the 40. Hits a loop player at the 40-yard line and rolls forward to the 31. 40. They'll put it down at the left hash mark, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, quarter by quarter with Ryan Petrick, who started the game. Backs are split. Receiver right. Handoff fullback over the right side. Option play. And the quarterback's going to keep it. Langsdorf around the right side, has 12 yards and a first down.
Linfield like it.
Wagner will come wide left. Tight end Larson strong left. In fact, double tight end as they have a tackle eligible here, wearing an eligible number. Langsdorf back to pass, looking downfield. His toss is incomplete. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Abden will come wide left. Akawili and Wagner go to the short side. Wide right. Akawili in the slot. Single setback. Rector 7 yards off. Gets the pitch around the right side. Upfield, steps to the line. Up across the 30. Inside the 35. Across the 40, I should say. And a first down for side. Wagner and Abden come wide left. Abden in the slot. Akawili goes to the short side. Again, Rector is the single setback. And he gets the handoff. Tries the left side. Hit the backfield. And he's wrapped up by Albert Jackson and buried back at the 40-yard line. He's going to lose 4 on the play. Wide right. Akawili will be in the slot. Abden comes left. Tight end Larson lines up strong right. Back to pass Langsdorf. Rolling to his right. Has some time looking downfield. Throws a rifle shot complete to Akawili. Down at the 26-yard line and close to. Probably in there for his blocking ability as an extra tight end. He'll line up strong left. Double tight end formation. And the handoff to the second back through. Fumble on the play. It's loose, but right on top of things. The Wildcats, it looks like they have recovered as Ted Riddell slides Akawili in the slot of Wagner. Single set. As Larson, the tight end, shifting up, and he's on the field. They want him off the field. Finally, he gets to the sideline before the snap of the football. Here's the snap. Back to throw. Langsdorf throwing, and this one is caught. First down at the 20. Out of bounds inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. Abden will come wide left. The back's in the eye. Again, double tight end formation for Linfield. Langsdorf takes the snap, handoff. Rector straight upfield, follows his blocking, slides across the 15 near the 14-yard line and picks up about hash mark right side. 2nd and 6 after the gain of 4. Backs are split. And the handoff to the fullback. Quarterback keeper steps up. Touchdown Linfield. 13-yard run over right tackle by quarterback Daniel Langsdorf. The snap is back. The kick is on its way. The kick is up, and the kick is good. It's perfect. And the Linfield Wildcats extend their lead with 1:38 to go here. In the first half, our score is Linfield 10 and Pacific Lutheran University nothing. And of course, PLU, you're probably hoping that in a game where their offense hasn't.
Linfield's getting the ball in positive field position time and time again at
Y Studios. And we'll recap the first half as well. Alexander approaches the football and toe punches this one high and deep to the goal line, and Finstuen at the goal line takes the football, and he's got nowhere to go. No blocking along the near sideline, and he gets it up outside the 15 to the 18-yard line. Everybody went. Corey Bray will go left, and the backs a wing to the right side. Finstuen's quarterback Hoseth from the shotgun with a setback to his left. That's Aaron Tagg on 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. There's the snap. Handoff inside and fumble on the play, and recovered by Linfield at the 13-yard line. Quarterback to running back, and the ball on the ground. Wagner will go wide right. Double tight ends. Backs are in the eye. And to fake the handoff to the fullback, back to throw, looking to the end zone. It's almost intercepted as John Ruby slicing over in front of the minute 23 to go first half. Wagner will go wide right. Backs again line up in the eye with double tight ends left and right. Quick toss sweep right side and run across the 10 inside the 10 near the 5. Scrimmage. And now the official will come over. Holding is the call against Linfield according to referee defensive unit in the huddle. Now they break up to the line of scrimmage. Wagner will come wide left. Two receivers go to the short side, the right side. Single set back and back to pass and getting pressure. Throwing with that pressure to Wagner, complete near sideline, and tackled from behind by Mihalik was Wagner. What a great job on the play before Mihalik, the senior defensive tackle from Cedro Woolley, made the stop. From the shotgun, receivers two right, one left. Langsdorf may be changing up. He takes the snap, rolls a bit to his right, gets some pressure, hit as he throws. This one's incomplete, overthrew Akawili near the goal line, and that'll hold of Langsdorf on 4th and 14. They'll try to extend the lead to 13-0. Snap is back. The kick is on its way. It's got height. Does it have the size? It does. It's good. He got the football.
There again, a PLU mistake. The fumble hit. You don't see many kickers with a square-toed shoe anymore.
If he keeps this up, you might see some more. He's toe punching this one too. He's going to squib this one along the ground. It's going to bounce, and Rique will tip it, grabs it at the 25, the 30, runs into a pile of purple-clad Linfield players, and that is the inning two. Luke football on 11-8.
A little bit and get the secondary and the linebackers to back off a little bit.
You know, Greg, I know that there are probably people who are listening are saying that Mark Weekly's gone. That's the problem. We don't have a Mark Weekly at quarterback. With him in there, we could scramble and we could create things. But PLU knew 3 years ago that Mark Weekly wouldn't be here on this very day, and the fans had to know that too. That's part of college football, the turnover at different positions, and different people come in and get the chance. And you bring the players into your program who you want in there. So these are the players that PLU wants. It's just a matter now of getting them to work within the system. They're struggling a bit right now, but I have a feeling that if there's any coaching staff that can motivate a team from being down by 10, and of course we saw it last year in the game against Linfield, it's Frosty Westring and his staff.
Yeah, this is the way it goes. Frosty is a master at this. He takes a team, he molds them, he puts them together the way he wants them. These guys will come together. We knew the defense was going to play.
The Wildcats, Brian Piaski and Justin Mena, and the kick at the 5-yard line. Fumbled by Mena. He picks it up at the 10, and he gets away from one would-be tackler, but dropped inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. So maybe the breaks will start going the Lutz way. And lead at 13-0. They move left to right here in the third quarter. They have the football at their own 15. Hash mark left side. The backs are on the eye. Double tight end. Hand off to the fullback straight upfield, and he's crushed, but driving the pile forward for about 4 yards.
It doesn't look like
3 of 7, 28 yards. His longest completion, 12. And he also, of course, rushed for a touchdown. 3 rushes, 28 yards. Toss sweep to the right side, and this is the tailback. Green cuts back to the other direction. Upfield into the open field, and ankle tackled across the 35 at the 30. The chains for Linfield. Rob McElrath on the stop for the Lutz, an extra defensive back. Backs are the eye and first down from their own 37-yard line. And the handoff to Rector. The foot lost the football. It's loose on the ground and a scramble for it, and I believe the Lutz say they have recovered, but it looked like Linfield dropped on it, and they did. Albert Jackson turned, was going to jump on it, but a Linfield player beat him to it. And again, the breaks right now going Linfield's way. That's the second one they've left on the turf, but we're able to drop on top of it. The ball still resting at the 43. It'll be second down and 10 for the Wildcats. Out of the eye, back to pass Langsdorf. Rolls to the near side, throwing to the near sideline. Sliding catch, a tip made by Wagner, but it's incomplete. Coverage by Christensen, and Glenessie comes out of the ball game. So does the tailback, Green. And on third and long, back to pass Langsdorf. Throwing as he's hit, and it's incomplete again along the near sideline. And this one again was intended.
Second down.
Yeah, the PLU defense spent a lot of time on the field back there in the first half. That could wear them down, so the offense is really going to have to start amounting something here. There's a fair catch called for by the Lutz. Trevor White slides to a knee at the 40-yard line for Carl Hoseth and the rest of the on left. Gavin Stanley goes wide right. Backs are split. Labby and Corey Bray. Pyland, the tight end, is strong left on first down from their own 39, moving right to left here in the third quarter. Linfield crowding the line of scrimmage. Down the linebackers. Kazi backs off on first down. Option play near sideline. Hoseth will keep it at a little bit of a hole. Spins his way up to the 45 as he fights backwards toward the 45-yard. Highland will come wide left. Corey Bray goes wide right. Two backs are split along with the quarterback operating out of the shotgun on second down. Snap is back. Inside handoff. They fake. Back to throw. Over the middle. Wide open. The tight end Stanley makes the catch up around the 50. And this will be a first down for PLU. Panic. He just goes with the game plan. Goes with the flow. Operating from under center on 1st and 10 from the Linfield 49. Moving right to left. Hash mark left side. Two back split. A wing to the right side. Hand off to Tang. Tang tries to break to the outside. Cuts back inside and wrapped up by Darren Kazi after a short gain of 1 on the play. Labby in the slot. Out of the shotgun with Tang in the backfield along with Hoseth on second down and a long 9. Snap back. Hoseth drops back to pass. Has some time. Steps up. Throws complete to Stanley up at the 40-yard line. Close to a first down. He'll be about, well, let's see where they spot them.
It's time to get the first down and keep this drive alive.
Ryan Walker, the center. Sophomore out of Boise, Idaho. Brings the offensive unit up to the line of scrimmage. Full house backfield for the Lutes. Hoseth under center on 3rd and inches. Long snap count. He'll keep it. He's got the first down. He just dives up across the 39 near the 38. They needed inches and they got 2. And again, that's one of the strengths of Carl Hoseth at 6'3" and 200. To admit you got those long arms and you have to adjust to them as a quarterback. Cale Pyland will come wide left. Backs are split offset to the left side behind Hoseth on first down from the 39-yard line. Hand off to the fullback. Fake the handoff and trying to pull it back out. The quarterback gets buried. Wide left on the play, along with Peter Finstuen. Stanley goes wide right. And a wing to the left side out of the shotgun. Hoseth back to pass. Has some time. Looks to the sideline. Right side. Has it complete. Nice head fake, but a grabbing tackle made by the defender over there on Aaron Tang, who tried to fake him out. They trail 13-0 with 8.5 to go here in the third quarter. Finstuen will come wide left with Labby in the slot. Tang is the lone setback. One receiver wide right. Tang is shifting up to a wing to the right side, and Hoseth out of the shotgun. Here comes pressure on the blitz. Kazi. Tang missed the block, and down goes Hoseth.
Boy, you can see that right before the snap.
Chance for the PLU now to pin Linfield back deep in their own territory and get the edge on field position here in the second half. Frisch gets the snap back. The kick is on its way. They were coming after. It's a short kick, and it's going to go out of bounds way upfield at the 28-yard line. Not the punt they were looking for. And so Linfield will have it fast pitch coach there. So congratulations to Ralph Weekly. Here's the handoff, and Langsdorff hands off to his fullback, and Joey Rector just battling his way forward of Abden. Single set is Rector as they're waiting for play to resume here. Again, Danny Langsdorff continuing at quarterback. He picked up in the second quarter from Ryan Petrick. That was scheduled to happen. Quick throw to the near flat. Caught by Wagner, but he gets hemmed in, penned in, and dropped at the 35-yard line. He juked his way and will go wide left. Two back, split and offset to the right. Double tight end formation. Quick snap. Back to run the option play of the quarterback. And he's wrapped up. Fumble the football. Picked up by PLU. Albert Jackson. He's gone. 5-10 to touchdown Lutz.
Great job by PLU. They ran a read stunt, came in late on the quarterback, and just knocked the ball out. Albert Jackson picked it up and ran it on in.
Who else? Albert Jackson recovered 3 fumbles last year and returned all 3 for Tufford, who was playing high school ball last year for Puyallup. A 5'11", 185-pound freshman is in for the extra point attempt. The kick is on its way. It is up, and it is good. 6:26 to go here in quarter number. Look at negatively is that the defense is going to be right back on the field after the touchdown. They don't get the break. Long kick by Trevor White, taken at the 5. And upfield with the football, Linfield hit, dropped at the 22 and driven backwards with the football, Piaski. And so the Linfield offense checks back out of the field. Wagner will come wide right. Again, the backs will operate from the eye. Tight end strong left and right. And Langsdorff, toss sweep on the pitch back and crunched at the 30, at the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Langsdorff brings the offensive unit up to the line of scrimmage. Wagner will go wide left. Again, double tight ends. Backs are split. On second down, back to pass. Throwing over the middle, complete to his tight end. A short gain as he's wrapped up immediately across the 30 to the 30. They continue to operate with that double tight end alignment, and they'll go with a full house backfield. Third down and 2 for Linfield. Langsdorf, handoff on the misdirection of the backfield, and this is to Green, and Green is, I believe, up across the 33, near the 30, and I gave no mistakes as to what they were going to do, run the football, but they're still able to pick up the first down. Double tight end, single set, receiver to the left, and backs in the eye. Langsdorf takes the handoff to the deep back Green, crashes over the left side, slides out across, fumble the football, the Lutes have recovered! Up across the 40 to the 42, now they say he was down. No, they say covered the loose football. Now we have an injured player on the field for Linfield, snapped from center for PLU. Jordan out of Portland, Oregon, is a redshirt freshman, 6'2", 165 pounds. Two backs are split. Receiver wide right, double tight end for the Lutes. On 1st and 10 from the 42 in Linfield territory. Hash mark right side, back to pass. Has some time, step to the outside. Good blocking. Throwing on the run, wide open. Oh, the receiver got bumped. Is there a flag coming out? Or do they say it? Backs are split. Double tight end, Highland and Stanley, left and right respectively, wearing number 13 on the back of his white PLU jersey. Dak Jordan under center, takes the snap, drops back, has some time, steps up, throws, complete with a, dropped at the last second by tight end Gavin Stanley. You will not see that very often. Peter Finstwood breaks wide left on the play along with Stanley, and Riker Labby is a wing to the left side. And Jordan will operate from the shotgun. One receiver right, Aaron Tang the lone setback. Offset to his right. On 3rd down and 10, the snap is back. Jordan has time over the middle. He throws complete to Stanley up at the 30 and a first down for the Lutes. Once again, great time. And Labby will all go wide right. Tang is the lone setback. Jordan will operate from the shotgun with Carl Kites wide left to the short side of the field. Following the timeout by PLU, it is 1st down and 10 at the 30-yard line in Linfield territory. Hash mark left side, shifting up along the defensive line for Linfield. Snap is back. Time to throw. Jordan, screen pass near sideline. Gets the block to Tang. Tang across the 30. He only picks up a couple on the play. Had a nice block on the play, maybe two. Bring up 2nd down on the long 8. Again, Jordan will operate from the shotgun with a single set left and trips to the right side, the wide side of the formation. Tang is the lone setback. Blitz look coming. Snap the football. And we have flags flying. It'll either be procedure or offside. And I think it's going to be a procedure against. So 3rd down and 9 coming up for the Lutes. They lose 5 on the penalty. They'll send 2 receivers wide left. Aaron Tang will come out with Cale Pyland to the left side. A wing to the right. That's Corey Beret. Single set Riker Labby in the backfield. Offset to the left. Jordan under center. Now shifting Labby directly behind his quarterback on 3rd down. Option play to the right side. Jordan looking back the other way now, rolling to the near sideline. He's got room in front of him. He's to the 25. He cuts to the outside of the 20 and down inside the 20 and a first down for PLU down near the 17-yard line. Highland comes wide left. Tang will go wide right. Stanley, the tight end, will line up strong on the right side, and 2 backs are split. Offset to the right, Labby and Corey Bray. Jordan under center on 1st and 10. Handoff to Labby, the fullback, and he crashes the line over the right side and is driven back. Joe Dominy, defensive tackle, leading the charge. Years now, they play certainly very well in that defensive unit. And another timeout will be spent here by the Lutes. There's with the PLU coaching staff, Frosty West. After you sit out a year, and even though you go through the spring practice, do you still does it take a game to get back into the feel of the football?
You still have to get the pads on and be hit a few times and get hit, deliver a few blows before you feel comfortable.
2nd and 10 from the shotgun. Stanley in motion right to left through the formation. Jordan back to pass. Fires it as Stanley across the 10. Bottle the football. Loose on the ground, but I think the Lutes, they gave incomplete pass. Wide right at 3rd and 10. Tang will be a wing left. Backs are split and offset to the right side. Pyland, the tight end, lines up strong left, and Jordan will be under center on 3rd and long. Tang through the formation, left to right. Back to pass, rolling to his right. Jordan, backside pressure, throwing on the run. Oh, and he overthrew his efforts. 35-yard field goal attempt, straight on. Snap is back, the kick, fake. Johnston will roll right, but the play is stopped. The flag on the play, and I think the Lute key off if somebody's back there. If they're going to do the pooch kick, we're not saying they're going to. If somebody drops back, they may not do it. 2 receivers left, a wing to the left side, and a single set goes right. Tang is the lone setback. Dak Jordan out of the shotgun. 4th and 15 for PLU. Snap is back. He's back to pass. Has time. Looks, throws down the far sideline, and is incomplete. There was some contact down around the 10-yard line. There is no flag on the play.
Stanley was tied up back there.
Defense is back on the field, and Danny Langsdorf continues at quarterback with his backs in the eye. 2 receivers go left. Handoff to the deep back, and hit at the line of scrimmage is Rector. He spins us up back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. Offensively, as they do rotate sometimes, the defensive linemen, and we see Josh Roberts and Ryan Mangan coming in to spell those defenders. So they do have a good rotation as Jordan drops back to pass, rolling left, throwing on the run, and he's brought down in the backfield. It is Judd Benedict back at the 15-yard line with the ankle tackle and a sack on the play. They've in their own territory. They could come out of this with good field position. Two receivers come right. Backs are split behind Langsdorf, the quarterback, under center. Drops straight back, looking to the near sideline. Going to throw one deep downfield. Got Wagner open, and he tripped up at the last second. No penalty flag. They're going to call Konecki for the Linfield Wildcats back at his goal line. He'll punt away to Ted Riddell up near midfield. PLU should come out of this with good field position. The snap is back, and the punt is away. PLU will set up the return. This one's angling toward the sideline. Will bounce back toward the PLU goal line as it goes out of bounds near the 41. Time for probably one play here in this series before the end of the third quarter. Under center, Jordan has two receivers left. They stack Pylan and Tang. Now Tang goes in motion, back to pass. Dak Jordan has some time, scrambles away, upfield, steps out of the way of a defender, lost the football, loose on the ground, and it is Linfield football. All over this field for Linfield in the ball game at quarterback for Linfield. He played the first quarter, sat out the second and third. He'll get the final snap of the third here as he'll hand out to the deep back Rector. Rector hits the line of scrimmage and spun around after a gain of about 3 on the play. As we start the fourth and final quarter of play, it'll be second down for Linfield. They need 7 yards for the first. They'll move right to left here in the fourth quarter. The ball will sit at their own 42. And again, Brian Petrick is back in at quarterback. He ran the final play of the third quarter, and he will start the fourth as well. Abden will come wide left, double tight ends. Backs are split offset to the right. On second down, Petrick under center. PLU coming from the defensive unit. There's the pass to Abden, caught on the near sideline. Good across the 45 up to the 47. So first and 10 from their own 47. Hash mark left side. Backs in the eye. Abden goes wide right with the double tight ends in left and right on first down. And the handoff, second back. Rector tries to get to the outside. Gets a block, tracked down and pulled and fumbled the football. Loose on the ground. It rolls out of bounds. Oh my, Albert Jackson had a... And again, they continue with their double tight end formation. Wagner checks in. He goes wide right. Again, the backs in the eye. Payne and Rector. Rector the deep back. And now they shift up. Back to pass. Petrick getting pressure backside. He's hit. And did he throw? Was it a fumble? It's an incomplete pass as the hit came from the blind side by Ted Riddell. And his arm was in forward. Wagner will come wide left. Two receivers go right. Single set is Rector, who has 53 yards and 17 carries. Double tight in. And movement from the receiver who was lined up wide right. That's Abden, and that's going to be a procedure call, as this time he could not hold it. And went forward before the snap of the football, and that'll cost him the procedure. And that'll put him up in third and long. Should move him back outside the 50. Procedure against Linfield as PLU will bring in extra defensive receivers right. And one comes wide left, Abden, lone setback, Rector behind Petrick, the quarterback, under center on third and long. There's the snap. He'll drop back and pass. Straight back. Here comes pressure. Throw it over the middle. It's high. Caught. Fumble. Was it caught? No. Incomplete passes. Ruby came bearing down on the receiver out of the back. Deflected balls or fumbles that Linfield has suffered here, but the Wildcats usually recover their own fumbles, or they don't hold on to the pass long enough before they fumble it to be called a complete pass. Here's the punt by Konecki, high but short, and PLU will let this one bounce and then get out of the way. It's going to roll down toward the 10, inside the 10, toward the 5-yard line, and it will be dropped at the 7. At any punt you want to try to get to, they will isolate a receiver wide left. Jordan will operate from the shotgun on first and 10 from their own 8-yard line. Back pedaling to pass, looking along the near sideline, throwing the man, cutting in, makes the catch, breaks into the open. Downfield, on his way to the touchdown is Carl Laram. He's to the 40, the 30, the 10, the 5, touchdown PLU. We are tied.
That's the kind of play PLU scheme on that one. You send the diamond out to the right. If there's 4 defenders out there, you're coming back on the
extra point out of the hold of Johnston. With 13:48 left, the snap is back, the kick is on its way, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Barely. And we have a new ball game. The Lutes on top by 1. Our score, PLU 14, Linfield 13. This is Lute football on 1180 KLA. Trevor White has it teed up at the 35 down to our left. He'll be kicking it deep to Piaski and Justin Minna. It's a line drive, will bounce at the 25, picked up on a bounce at the 20. This is Piaski upfield, spun down as he crossed the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Kirk Hamilton
and a
on
flag
the
comes in after everybody was up, and according to Ted Riddell, it's going to be against 13:40 to go. The Lutes are up by 1. Ryan Petrick continues at quarterback here in the fourth quarter. He has Akawili wide right. Wagner comes left. Backs are split. Tight end, strong right. Larson on the play. Back to throw. Petrick looking to the sideline. He throws complete to Akawili up near a first down marker across the 35 near the 37-yard line. On the play as they wait for the official to set the chains. It is 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 37, hash mark right side. The backs in the eye. Payne and Rector. Rector the deep back. Petrick shifts his fullback back a yard further, pitches it. Rector trying to break outside, cuts back inside a block, gets across the 40 up near the 42. That's some pretty good running off to the cut there to get it. Linfield has been penalized 6 times for 39 yards, PLU 5 for 30. So pretty even as the pitch goes wide right to Rector, finds a hole upfield, tried to cut to the outside. He's dropped shy of the 40 considerably last year, and especially in some second half ball games. The Lutes had basically wrapped up by that time, and now he's got that experience. He comes in and plays defensive tackle here. 3rd down and 3. 2 backs, 2 receivers left and right. A long snap count for Petrick. Here comes the blitz from the outside by the Lutes. Back to throw. Petrick puts one up, and it is over at top the head of the receiver. Wagner down the far sideline, but he was well covered by. So Konecki will drop back at his 30 to punt the football away. Ted Riddell drops back for the Lutes inside his 20 down to our left, awaiting the kick. Snap is back. Here come the Lutes. The kick is high. Over to signal for the fair catch, and making the catch is Riddell up at the 22-yard line, and so PLU will. But since he's come into the game, they have been able to generate some offense. He'll operate under center on 1st down. He'll send 2 receivers wide right to the wide side of the field. One goes left in a single set tang offset to the right side. And he'll get the handoff, tries the left side, and there's just no room there as he gets swished at the line of scrimmage as Gavin Stanley comes wide right. Corey Beret and Riker Labby are split and offset in the backfield. The wing to the right side is Aaron Tang. The snap, they fake the handoff, back to throw. Jordan looking down deep, tossed it over the middle. I don't know if that slipped out of his hands as he looked like a touchdown pass. And Linfield is 4 of 10 for just 23 yards in the passing department. 2 receivers wide right. Kale Pylan goes left from the shotgun. Back to pass. Looking down the sideline. Dumps it off short for Labby, and he short-hopped him at the 25-yard line. He was open on a very key offensive series. Akawili will drop back to his 45 and wait the punt from Kenny Frisch. Frisch will take the snap from inside his 10. The snap is back, and the kick is away as they set up a return. A high kick. Fair catch called for by Akawili. Comes up on the football, and at the 45, makes the catch in traffic, as always when they come off the sideline. 2 receivers come left. Abden in the slot of Wagner. Backs in the eye, double tight ends. Petrick under center on 1st down from the PLU 45, handoff to Rector. Rector hurdles the pile at the line of scrimmage and bounces forward for, and Abden both come wide left. Abden in the slot, the backs in the eye, and there are 2 tight ends, one left, one right. Petrick under center on 2nd down and 6 from the PLU 42, hash mark right. Toss sweep right side to Rector, the fullback, dragged down by Ruby in the backfield. He got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
John Ruby did a
second half. 2 receivers come left. Abden inside the slot of Wagner. Backs are split. Again, double tight ends. 3rd down and 7 for the Wildcats. Petrick takes the snap. 3-step drop. Throwing near sideline, and it is caught. Flag on the play as he goes out of bounds. We'll wait to see if there was interference. Oh, it probably mean a 1st down for Linfield. The officials are discussing it at the 40-yard line right in front of the Linfield bench. Holding, defensive holding is the call again in the 4th quarter between Linfield and PLU.
That's the way it ought to be.
Wagner comes left. Abden goes wide right. Double tight end and backs in the eye from the PLU 33. Hash mark left side. It is 1st and 10. Petrick under center on 1st down. A long snap count. Takes the snap. Handoff. Rector has a hole over the right side. Drives forward and hit and driven backwards by the Lutz. But he just pick up about 3 on the play. Slam to the turf. Abden will come wide left. Abden in the slot. Double tight ends once again. And the backs are in the eye. Rector the deep back behind Payne. On 2nd down, Petrick under center. Back shifting up now, side by side. Back to passes. Petrick pressure hit as he throws, complete, but hit immediately. The receiver Abden at the 29, so really no gain. As quickly in on the play was Trevor White. 3rd and 5 from the PLU 28. Hash mark left side. 2 receivers wide right, a single set to the left side. Rector the lone setback, moving before the snap of the football. Fumble on the snap, and the ball is dropped. And dropping on it is Petrick, the quarterback. Procedure called it forward prior to the snap of the football. Now PLU probably will decline offside. They'll set it down at the hash mark left side. Alexander out of the hold of Langsdorf from 46 yards out with a breeze at his back. The snap is back. The kick on its way. The toe kick is on its way. It is short off the upright. Off the right upright and no good. And PLU.
Great break for the Lutz, huh?
And with 7:30 Tang and also, well, they're going to send all 4 receivers left, and Carl Larum, the touchdown maker, comes right. He'll draw single coverage. Jordan from the shotgun. Snap is back. He looks. Now he's going to take off with the football, getting pressure, and he's down back inside the 25 at the 23. And that time it. Peter Finstewin and Riker Labby along with Carl Larum. Now Larum's going to come wide right, and trips go left, and PLU is running down on the shot clock to 4 seconds. The play clock, 2 seconds. They get the snap off. Toss sweep left side to Tang, looking for a block. Stutter steps out of the backfield, gets across the 20, and he's shy of the... Trips come wide right on the play. They'll isolate Larum wide left. Single set behind the line of scrimmage is Aaron Tang from under center, back to pass, throwing, crossing pass, almost intercepted. Intended across the middle for the fullback. Riker won at 14-13. Kenny Frisch back into punt from his own 8-yard line. Akawili at midfield awaits the kick. Snap is back low, picked off the turf, and he got it away. And they say he tipped it as they ran into the kicker, and a great bounce for Frisch. So no penalty for running into or roughing the kicker. The official said that the quarterback brings the offense up, has receivers left and right. Quick snap, handoff, deep back. Rector gets away from one defender, breaks upfield into the open field, across the 40, down at the 33-yard line. Minus 2 yards. And this is Danny Langsdorf in at quarterback. He goes over the right side and picks up about 5. Wagner checks in, double tight ends. Backs in the eye on 2nd down. Langsdorf hands off. Fumble on the play. It's loose on the ground. Scramble for the football, and Linfield holds on. How many times has Linfield put that ball on the turf and recovered their own fumble now? By 1. 1 receiver. Wagner goes wide right. Backs are split, double tight in. Timeout being called for by Linfield. Do they get it? They do. Now 1-5. They need to get inside the PLU 29-yard line for the 1st down. Backs in the eye. Wagner the single set. Quick snap. Fake the handoff. Rolling. Ruby coming. Throws it with pressure, and it's incomplete. And Ruby buries Langsdorf. Bangsdorf. A wind at his back. Snap is back. Here comes the pressure. The kick. A line drive on its way. It is up, and it is no good. Just wide left. Oh, my. That one missed by just about a foot.
Boy, he has no problem with the leg distance, does he? He can kick that ball
to the line of scrimmage, their own 29. Play clock is down to 9 seconds as they get set from the shotgun. Jordan barks out the signals for the Lutz offense. Down to 3 seconds, takes the snap, drops back, has time, looks over the middle, throws outside, complete out of the backfield, Corey Bray. And for all his trouble, he gets
that last play for giving Dak time to throw.
Larum will come wide right. 2 receivers go left from the shotgun. Tang the lone setback. Jordan barks out the signals, takes the snap, backpedals, looks over the middle, steps up throwing, and he throws this one in. It's complete! Complete to Carl Larum, and a star is born here for PLU. Corey Beret will come wide right. Highland goes left. Tight end Stanley is lined up strong right. From the shotgun with 2 backs to his left and right, Jordan calls the signals for the Lutz. Takes the snap, inside handoff, Tang dives his way across the line of scrimmage up to the 49 for a short gain of 2, driven backwards.
Clock running and keep possession of the football.
Just their 5th first down of the ball game, actually. 2 receivers left, double tight end. Jordan inside handoff, no, he fakes, rolls to his left, and they're going to throw on the run, and it is caught, brought down for a first down by PLU inside the 40-yard line of the Wildcats. Once again, brings the offense up. Tang will come wide right. The backs are split. Double tight ends in strong left and right on first down for the Lutes. Using as much time off the play clock as possible. Fake though, he got to keep it. He missed the handoff, and he's going to take it forward. Dives for 5 yards. He spun around.
They end up field position-wise.
Tang will go wide left, the short side of the field. Labby comes wide right. Single set. Offset to the left. Double tight end formation on second down. Fumble on the play. A dive for the ball, and I think Jordan fell on his own fumble at the line of incomplete pass. That will stop the clock. Let's see what the Lutes decide to do on 3rd down and 8. Do they just use the clock, or do they go for it? Toss sweep, left side. Corey Beret heads up field, ducks under, gets forward across
now
the 45, up to the 30. Back in Dak Jordan. The statistics may not really stand out, but maybe the leadership does.
He's really directed this offense.
They're going to go for it on 4th and 4. They'll send 1 receiver left, 2 backs, split and offset to the right, double tight end formation. Jordan under center, takes the snap, fake the handoff, back to pass, throwing, and it is complete to Laram down the far sideline. He's gone. Touchdown, Kyle Laram.
Laram turned on the afterburners and ran into the end zone on a great job of getting away from the defensive corner.
And that will seal the victory for Pacific Lutheran with 19 seconds to go. Carl Laram with his 2nd catch and run for a touchdown. 2 here in the second half for the product of... Extra point attempt by the freshman Mike Safford is on the way. The boot is up, and the boot is good. PLU now leads 21-13 with 19 seconds left in the ballgame. That was a 4th and 4 that PLU went for, passed on it, hard line. And the kick is a line drive right down the middle, and this will be Meta taking it off a hop at the 18, heads to the near sideline, trying to get a wall of blockers. He's got Piaski, and then coming in was Ted Rytel, rolled onto the ground and tripped up. Piaski on the return. And of course, a little difference. Albert Jackson scoring another touchdown defensively this afternoon. That got PLU on the board. The snap back to Petrick, back to pass, looking deep over the middle of the field, throwing down, and this one is off the fingertips of the intended receiver, Wagner at the PLU 40.
Getting in the end zone.
Alexander and Gibbons dropping way back for PLU, about 30 yards off the line of scrimmage as Petrick drops into the shotgun formation. Trips, 2 receivers left, 1 right, back to throw over the middle, intended for Akawili. It's incomplete with 3 seconds left. But we will see what we saw a lot last year, and that is PLU on the front end of the score. Snap is back. Stepping up in the pocket, throwing deep down the far sideline, a home run ball that goes out of bounds. That is the ball game, and what a victory here this afternoon in McMinnville for Pacific Lutheran University. Sept at quarterback, and PLU comes from behind to win it by a final score of 21-13. But the good sportsmanship that these